Welcome to TV BURP. Surprise star of the Brits. It's Paul Wellard. Jam overdose on Casualty.
And recess abandoned at 17:40. Thank you.
First cuckoo of spring spotted on Coronation Street. Cuckoo. Pat Butcher centrefold shock for Patrick. And the world's oldest air hostess nearly run over on EastEnders. If you want Dot to be run over by a taxi, press your red buttons now. Sorry, Dot. Sorry, Dot. I didn't see you there, love. It was the week of Pauline's wedding to Joe off Mr. Ben. And Dot and Pauline were out at the shopping centre looking for an outfit. And I don't know what perfume they were wearing, but they were certainly picking up the blokes. Pretty soon, a queue formed.
It's all...
There's one look. Oh, there's another one.
Well, I thought it was very reasonable, you know, considering. No, I didn't mean that. I meant 2 thoughts.
Oh, there's 3.
So it should be what?
Now 4. Oh, there's another one. Oh, yes, you're never too old to attract a fella, are you, Pat?
What again?
Woman has needs, Patrick.
She's not looking at him, she's looking at his sandwich. Poor Patrick not only has to deal with cheating on his wife, someone's put a public phone box in his front room. Well, I think all our nans used to have odd little sayings, didn't they? The Miller family are no different.
Right, love. Oh, must have smelled the kettle boiling.
That's what your nan used to say.
Smell the kettle boiling. Yeah. Here's some other sayings from Nan Miller. We've got them collected in a book here, right? The sayings of Grandma Miller. Well, there's obviously that first one. I can smell the kettle boiling. Here's another one. Is it me, or can I smell Beethoven's Fifth Symphony in C minor? Would someone please turn up the trifle? I can't hear it. And I heard Patrick and Pat at it again last night. It's disgusting, particularly 7:30 at night when you're trying to have your tea. How long does it take for you to change your mind after you've made a decision?
I don't really want to be spending my night with a load of old-timers. Come on, it'd be a laugh. Anyway, I want to do it for Joe. He's a nice bloke. Oh, go on, then. Nice one.
I don't want to go there. See you there. You know what? I had a feeling it was a special day on the soaps on Tuesday, but I couldn't work out what it was. If only there had been more clues.
Is it all right?
Oh,
it's lovely. A bit of romance on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day?
Who's been sending you Valentine's cards?
Get Valentine's card.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine card.
Valentine's Day treat.
Tonight's the night for lovers. Unless, of course, they've just had a vasectomy reversal.
Valentine's Day! Silly me! Rosie received a special Valentine's card from, who was it from?
Yeah, no, I wrote it myself.
I can see that.
Love, Keith. I could smell he wrote it himself. Yeah, those X's after Keith's name, yeah, they're not kisses. That's how he spells his surname. So, where was the place to take your Valentine if you lived in Walford?
Well, actually, I've booked us a table at Fargo's.
Really?
And guess what? I've booked us a table for the Valentine's night at Fargo's.
Oh, I thought there'd be more in here tonight.
Yeah.
They're probably all down at Fargo's.
There's a spelling mistake there. What that should be is Argos. Yeah. Table for 2 at Argos, please. By the window, yeah. You get a menu, a pad, and a little pen. Yeah. I've been a bit confused recently. See, in the old days, Little Mo was the thickest person on the square. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, came Honey.
Tracy, do you mind if I take my break a little bit early? I'm suffering from a bit of indiscretion.
Eggy sailor's great.
To top it all off, I go and get a cake in the oven. The thing is, Billy, I feel like a bleached whale. Well, anything can happen in the first sequester, you know.
Yeah, all right, we get the idea. You're thicker than Little Mo. Actually, in that orange roll neck, she looks like a character from Cluedo. It was Miss Vic up the duff with the Queen Vic. Yeah, it was a week of weddings on the soaps. They did the double on Emmerdale, and Shadrach was so moved that he made a short speech. Actually, Shadrach's got a new perfume out. It smells of,
Weak tea, cheap food, and the faint but unmistakable smell of urine.
New Shadrach by Lanthoric. Jack Sugden showed us a good trick, though, producing cups from thin air.
Yeah, but Lamon's coming up. Well, it's a good job I'm an expert, then.
There's good news from Michaela Dodd on Celebrity Fit Club.
You have moved from being morbidly obese to just being obese.
You're just obese.
Hooray! On Celebrity Fit Club, although admittedly they're not celebrities, nor are they fit, and neither is it a club. They did computer-generated pictures of what they'll look like if they lose the weight. It turned out that Russell Grant...
That takes ages. Look at my face!
will look like Gene Simmons from Rockstraw. Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week. I spotted Princess Diana on Airport USA.
Don't tell me no.
She's heading off to Australia to get her own back on Paul Burrell. Which leads us very neatly to ITV2's Australian Princess. And they're down to 4 contestants. Yeah, all right. And as part of their ongoing training to become real princesses, this week Paul set them the task of writing poetry. They have got 8 weeks to fill, remember? And who better to judge them? Why, poetry expert Paul Burrell.
I play a blade between my toes and tickle it about. A tiny world is tumbled down at my every little sound. An eternal roar, the ocean's trees, they have come rushing down. They stir about and tangle me until I slowly drown.
Didn't understand a word of that.
I've written a poem about Paul Burrell myself, yeah. I've written one about him. Here we go. There once was a butler called Paul, and if you went to a fancy dress ball, while you were out, he'd nick all your stuff, although in the end the Queen stepped in and he was acquitted, but still. No smoke without fire, eh? No smoke without fire. Needs a bit of work, that one. The would-be princess's next challenge was to talk to an audience of businessmen at Australia House in London. They must be really busy. Yeah, and when you're doing one of these talks, it's important to win over your audience from the very start.
I am on that complete end of just coming through a journey actually through depression.
Yeah, start with a gag. Say what you like about Australian Princess, but it did produce one of the best one-liners of the week.
I was sitting at my nana's house having a cup of tea and she said, actually, if you become the Australian princess, does that make me the Queen Mother?
Does that make me the Queen Mother? Wonderful. That's a show I'd like to see. Australian Queen Mum.
Hello, ladies, and welcome to Australian Queen Mum. Your chance to live like a real Queen Mum. Now, the Queen Mum loved her golf buggy, and our first challenge is the 100-yard golf buggy run. Ooh. On your marks, get set, go!
sweetheart. Yeah, that's a programme I'd like to see.